like it lags a little bit when you're choosing the thing, and sometimes you click the wrong thing. Whatever, it doesn't fucking matter, right? Either way, though, I think it's pretty darn cool because you and I have been circling each other for a while because you come from like it's not old school, but like for me and digital marketing old school, like the way of doing business, like normal style, right? Like
yes,
it's called offline marketing, but it's like normal marketing. You know what I mean? And I think you got it pretty darn cool because like you started off as like a bouncer or something like that in like Miami Beach, and you've been in the business for like 30 years, and you bought a bankrupt t-shirt shop and swag company and all that stuff. And I think it's pretty dang cool that like finally, you know, like we're doing like the interview that we've always wanted to do. You know what I mean?
yes, yeah. I get that. I did an interview when I was doing my Rob Help My Marketing Sucks show. I did an episode with Arnie, and we called it Old School Marketing versus New School Marketing.
Yeah.
And it was basically me and a millennial talking about marketing.
Yeah.
And actually, that interview is what made me realize that I put myself in my own little self-limiting box. Like we were talking about self-limiting beliefs before we went live. And I started to really believe that digital marketers and millennial marketers wanted nothing to do with this kind of marketing. So for a long time, I didn't go after that until I started to socialize. I mean, I had known you and Arnie and all those through Facebook until I met you guys personally and became friends and started hanging out with you guys. That I started to kind of pick your brains more and see the way you all responded to the kind of stuff I did.
Yep.
Which was like blown away. And I'm blown away by the kind of stuff you guys do. I'm like, wow, that's so cool. And you guys are like, wow, that's so cool too. And you do. So we like, finally got it together.
You sent stuff in the mail? Oh my God. Right. Like you and I forget, like we took a road trip up to like Tampa, Orlando. It was like ClickFunnels. I don't even remember what it was. This was like 2 years back. Right. And
yes.
What was that event called?
We went, well, we were all at Funnel Hacking Live, and Luis Alvarado invited me to the Funnel Hacking House, is what he called it.
Yeah.
And I went over to the house, and it was you and Luis and Andrew Cruzy and Johnny West and Tony Tovar.
Yep.
And a whole bunch of the crew there. And I did not have a ride back to Miami. So when the moment I found out, oh, Luis is coming back with this Jeff Miller guy, I said, all right, I got to get to know Jeff and hitch a ride with him.
Yep. And that was where you kind of broke my own like thought pattern about getting clients, keeping clients, building business. Because like I'm in a newspaper building, like you've been here, like it looks like 3 separate businesses. Like I rent the back half, you walk in, the front half is nice, the back half is like newspapers from like the 30s, you know what I mean? And I sit in this like really weird transition between like normal everyday mom and pop businesses where you talk to your clients, and then it's like Facebook ads where like you barely talk to your clients. And I think you really represent that Dan Kennedy style of like shock and awe boxes and swag and excitement, stuff like that. But like, we're going to talk about that like way back in the day, because what I want to do is I want to talk about that headline. Like you bought a bankrupt t-shirt store shop company. Like, can you talk about like how that whole thing got started and what even that means?
Like, what was the logic of? Oh, by the way, my description of it is a bankrupt shithole t-shirt print shop is what I bought.
Yep.
And I bought that in 1999. So quite a few years back. And the reason I ended up with a bankrupt shithole t-shirt shop as an investment was basically entrepreneurship became my way out of my crazy South Beach nightlife lifestyle. As you mentioned before, when I was in my early 20s, I worked in the nightclub business in South Beach in the 90s. I was a doorman, then I started managing the clubs. And as cool as that may seem, it's also...
So you mean like, what is that, like that ESPN place on like Ocean and like 9th or something like that? Like all the German tourists go to. It's
that place used to be, it still is called the Clevelander.
The Clevelander, yeah. So like,
yes, the Clevelander.
I used to live like right down that street, right? So you used to manage, or like where on the strip, or like this was like 10 club generations ago, or like what?
Yeah. This was when the South Beach was like the wild, wild west of nightclubs. The nightclubs were all owned by mobsters and Cuban marimberos, and it was crazy out there. Most of the club like that. By the time I got into the nightclub business in the 90s, everything was very popular. It was on Washington Avenue. So there was some old school like the Cameo and Liquid and Groove Jet and some of these like iconic nightclubs that were out there. Is where I started working. I started working at a reentry door, just making that guy that checks your stamp to make sure you get back in. And then I started working the door and became the cool guy that controlled the velvet rope type of thing.
Yeah, everyone wants to be friends with you. Yeah,
everybody wanted to be friends with me. Yeah. Everybody knew Rob. And then I got into promoting and managing the different venues. And then it all kind of spiraled out of control. And by the time I was 29 years old, I had been arrested 4 or 5 times out on South Beach. And my last one in 98 or so was that moment where I sat in court and thought, my attorney will get me off of this. This is a bunch of BS. And I heard them saying, Your Honor, the state attorney is certifying 4 years of, not years, they talk in months. They're like 49 months of jail time. And I look at my attorney and go, what does that mean? He goes, do the math. I'm like, oh, that's like 4 years. I was like, And it was at that moment that I realized that, shit, I got to change my life or I'm going to fuck it all up.
Yep.
And so that case was dismissed, and I, had that come to Jesus moment, and I ended up buying a bankrupt t-shirt shop that printed some t-shirts that we used to print. I used to print these t-shirts called Crooked Threads.
Crooked kind of like Threads. That's so cool.
Like an urban streetwear kind of thing. This was my logo here. It was like a couple of handcuffs.
That's so funny.
And so we started doing that, and then the guy came to me and said, hey man, you need to find a new print shop because I'm filing for bankruptcy and shutting down. And I thought, oh yeah, this is my opportunity to buy a legitimate business and do something with this. And I bought that in 1999.
Yep.
Went after what I knew how to do, which was all the nightclubs, restaurants, and bars in South Beach. Hey, y'all need t-shirts? I'm doing t-shirts now.
Okay, wait, hold on. I like this. So you worked up and down South Beach. You're part of the industry. You knew everybody, and you had this side gig called Crooked Threads, and you're just selling t-shirts like every now and then, right?
Yeah, we would sell them not even selling them. We were putting them on consignment at all the little cool little hip hop shops in South Beach and some stores up in Jersey. But it wasn't really making any money. It was more of me thinking that, hey, this little side hustle might be my way out of this crazy lifestyle. But it wasn't really gonna produce the kind of results I needed to leave that South Beach lifestyle.
So it was like less than like a side gig, or it was more like an exercising of like entrepreneurial what if or something like that, right?
Yes. Yeah. There's a whole big backstory behind that, but it's a long story, and maybe
we only have an hour, Robert. Like we're not, right. Our agenda's already packed, right? So you're doing this like as a side gig, just like exercise entrepreneurialism, independence. Like maybe you could do it, maybe not. You get a call, and the dude's like, "Hey, we're going bankrupt," right?
Yeah.
What was that conversation like? Where it's like, did you want to buy it? Do you say like how much? Like, how do you have that conversation about somebody saying we're going bankrupt to like, all right, I own it now? Like, what does that look like?
So when he told me that, I didn't question, do you know another printer? My immediate reaction was, what do you want for the place?
No shit.
And he says, I want $100,000. And I said, are you fucking crazy? You're basically a bankrupt shithole, and you're telling me you want $100,000 for this place. I might give you 50. And we agreed on 50,000. Yeah. Basically, that was the price of the big screen printing press, right? When you think of screen printers, it's typically a guy with a little manual machine in his garage printing them one at a time, right? This was a big production volume, what they call a contract print shop. But this wasn't a guy, he basically did volume for low margins.
Yeah.
So he had a really big automatic press, an M&R 12-color Challenger, and the machine alone was probably worth about 35, 40. Mm-hmm. So I said, look, I'll give you 50 grand for the whole place, but I'm going to give you 25 now. And then I will give you, then you got to give me a year. Give me all of 1999 to learn this business. I don't even know how to turn these machines on. Give me a year to learn the business. Let me get that little office you have there. Let me learn how to run this place. And then a year later, I'll give you the other 25,000. So I gave him 25 cash up front. And a year later, I started to work the business, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to market. So my only thing to do was go to the nightclubs and the bars and all the people I knew saying, hey, I can do your liquid t-shirts. I can do your bar t-shirts. I can do your restaurant t-shirts. And that was just straight up hustle, just straight up going door to door. There was no Facebook ads. There was no Google. There was nothing, none of that in 1999. It was basically pounding the streets. And then when that kind of dried up, I was like, well, that's the end of my entrepreneurial career. I have no idea how to run a business or how to run a legitimate business. I don't know how to market. I don't know how to get new clients. Other than the restaurants and the bars, I have no idea what to do. And I'm trying to recall how it was 2002, and I come across this cranky ass guy called Dan Kennedy.
Yeah.
And my first reaction was like, look at this. This guy's a fucking asshole. Look at this guy. He's so condescending and sarcastic, but I like him.
Big boss of Dan Kennedy. He just hates the world. It's so funny. It's so dang funny with him. Yeah, but go on.
So I was like, you know what? I kind of like this guy. And I signed up for the newsletter, and then I bought Magnetic Marketing. And I bought Magnetic Marketing, and I still have Magnetic Marketing. I can't listen to Magnetic Marketing because it's on cassette tapes and VHS tapes. It is. When I moved out of my warehouse, I came across it, and I had put a post, and millennials like you and Danny Velez were like, what the hell are those things? I'm like, that's a VHS tape. So I had Dan Kennedy's copywriting course that was $1,000 on VHS tapes, on basically VHS cassette tapes. And I just started to learn what this guy was talking about. And then I realized that, oh, wait a minute, I'm not selling a t-shirt. I'm selling a way for these businesses to market themselves. I'm selling a way for these businesses to get some exposure and do some advertising while at the same time uniforming their staff and all that. But once that clicked, I realized I'm not in the t-shirt business. I'm in the business of helping other small businesses market and promote themselves.
Yep.
So I kind of switched the mindset and started doing a lot of copywriting. Started writing a lot of Dan Kennedy style sales letters, direct response type sales letters. And it was just mailing those out like a madman, because before learning how to write copy and learning how to send out these mailings, I was basically a spammer, right? And now you might be thinking, well, how the hell were you a spammer back then? Well, I wasn't the typical spammer. Back then, we were fax spammers. We used to send out fax blasts.
Hold on.
Fax blasts.
Fax spam was a thing?
You would buy a software called WinFax that you put in all the fax numbers, and WinFax would send out a fax blast. And I would go to my list broker and I'd say, hey, I need a list of fax numbers for small businesses. I would tell them what kind of businesses I was looking for, what I'm targeting, and they would give me a list, and we would send this out.
Like cold emailing, but
like cold emailing, right? Cold faxing, basically.
Cold faxing.
Cold faxing. Yeah. We can do the cold faxing masterclass after this one.
That's so funny.
And then at some point the FCC started to crack down and give big fines, and then they had a do not fax list, and I would get people, taking my fax and getting a big black Sharpie and sending it back to me, going, "Don't send me this crap anymore." And then they would send it to me like 50 times just to prove their point to me. So I didn't want to end up getting a big fine, and I thought, all right, this faxing thing has come to an end, and that's when I started doing more direct mail, just basically sales letters in the mail to local businesses, and then started doing lumpy mail, and then started doing all kinds of crazy ass. I had some samples there. I mean, I'd mail out like these things that women get to get a manicure.
Show me your lumpy mail, because I've been seeing like stuff like that, because I've been hearing about like that type of stuff for the echoes of the internet. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. And is that what lumpy?
I've sent out pill bottles. Hey, tired of the headaches of dealing with your marketing, right? We have the cure, and basically your sales letter is in here, and a little packet of aspirin would go in there.
Shit.
I've done bank bags. I've sent people like actual sales letter and stuff inside of a little bank bag, and you can see the mailing label right there that it ships out just like that.
Yeah.
I've done all kinds of cool mailing tubes. I've mailed sales letters inside of a safe saying this is so powerful, we had to lock it up before sending it to you. I got so many more. I just didn't know how much time we had. I could show you lumpy mail ideas till the end of the day. And that's when I ended up writing a book about that. I wrote the Outrageous Promotions and Outrageously Effective. And this book is all about creating lumpy mail. And what started to happen was I started doing all of this stuff for myself. And then some of my clients start coming back to me going, hey, Rob, that was a really cool mailer you sent me. Can you do something like this for my business? Right? I originally hadn't thought of offering that to my clients. I just thought of, hey, I have access to all these branded items where I can put my logo on it, but I can also use them as the hook, as the theme to a whole campaign.
Yep.
And then people started coming to me saying, can you do this for me? Can you do this for me? And I say, yeah, I can do one. I can create one of these for you. And that became almost like the focal point of my business, because around 2008, 2007, we started to get a lot of competition from the big internet companies, right? Like the big, what I call cheapychanga.com, right? And I
cheapychanga.com. Oh my God.
So I can't compete with cheapychanga.com. And my clients are coming back to me saying, hey, I found that pen 25 cents cheaper online. And I was like, okay, I can't compete with that. But when I took the pen and I created a way for you to use that pen as part of a referral campaign, now I'm not selling you a pen that's 25 cents. I'm selling you a referral campaign that's going to help you generate more referrals. And the pen just happens to be part of this whole thing. So they're no longer nickel and diming me. And I thought, wait, this is the way I can get out of this commodity business. Because at the end of the day, branded swag, promotional products, as I've always known them, is a commodity business. So how do I get out of this commodity business? I can't compete with these big websites. And that's when I really said, you know what? I'm going to get away from the just doing branded promo, and I'm going to start creating campaigns based around it. And what tends to happen is it changes the dynamic, because you would come back to me. I would call you, or one of my salespeople would call you. Hey, Jeff, I'm just calling to see if you wanted to, reorder. Oh, I don't want to reorder. I went out and I gave out 1,000 water bottles. Nothing happened. And I would think to myself, what the fuck did you think was going to happen? You went out and gave out 1,000 random water bottles.
I thought
nothing to do with anything.
I thought I was going to become a millionaire overnight, and thousands of clients are going to come and pay me money because I had a water bottle with my butt logo on it. Actually, that might work, but you know what I mean, right? Yeah, like that was like the expectation for some reason.
So I was looking at them going, yeah, you did a giveaway, not a promotion. You want me to help you do it? I can help you take that same water bottle and we can put your sales copy inside the water bottle. We can have a little hang tag leading into a lead magnet. There's so much more we can do. Now you can go out and say, hey, Rob, I gave out those 1,000 water bottles. I have my little lead magnet as a hang tag. I gave out 1,000 of them. 250 people went to the website and downloaded my free report. And I'm talking, this was even before ClickFunnels. This was when Jim Edwards had this thing called Squeeze Page Creator. And it was called the Squeeze Page, and it was Squeeze Page Creator 1.0. This was Jim Edwards, the guy who does the, he's the one that works with Russell on that copywriting.
And he wears the hats on the calls and stuff like that.
Yeah. He's an old school guy. So I started creating my first little squeeze pages and driving people into my own little free report on how to use promotional products to create these kind of campaigns. And that led me to write the book. And writing the book got me into creating more and more campaigns and getting away from just selling branded stuff. My business would still do that, my sales reps, but I personally only enjoy creating these kind of really cool campaigns.
So if I'm understanding correctly, you used to work clubs in South Beach.
Yeah.
You've got this side gig hustle, stop selling commodities and still sell something unique. And what you realize is that if you sell the car or the destination, you're going to make more money than just selling the tire, right? The pen or the t-shirt is a tire. What more people want is just an avenue to get more customers. And now your unique angle is saying, like, if you t-shirt plus some other stuff, plus a strategy, you could get more customers. Is that correct?
Yep.
And
that's exactly it.
I really, really liked that foot. Like, show me that again. Like, do you have other examples of like what the hell that is? Because in my head, I'm going, if I were launching like a Facebook ad agency targeting manicures, pedicure salons, like how much would something like that cost to get printed and shipped?
Oh, I don't know off the top of my head, but this is very, very cheap to do. This is very cheap to print. And it's cheap to mail because it's basically flat, right? But it still gives that there's something in there, right? Everybody calls it lumpy mail. I call it gotta know mail. The reason I call it gotta know mail is because the minute you see that, you gotta know what the hell's in there. You're like, what's in there? Well, I gotta know what's in there. You don't just throw that away. Yeah, I got a lot of examples of we have sent out all kinds of crazy. This is one that I love too. This is can you see that?
X-ray film, do not fold.
Right. So then you open this up. And here's an X-ray film with a big smile. So we would send this out. Hey, this is the smile of a happy Capture Glory customer after receiving their outrageous promotion that we created for them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's just so much fun, right? So as a marketer, and I started looking at like when I started telling myself I don't know anything about marketing, I was like, you do know about marketing. You used to market a nightclub. Every single night there was a different theme, a different venue, and you guys had to pack 1,000 people in there every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I knew how to do these kind of outrageous, kind of off the wall type of themes for the nightlife parties that would draw people in. And I was like, you know what, just start doing crazy shit for your company, and it started working. And so that I came across Dan in 2002. In 2005, we hit the 7-figure mark.
Yeah.
So I started to learn it in 99, bought it in 2000, came across Dan 2002, 2005, we hit the 7-figure mark. And we started we brought in the embroidery machine, and we really started growing the company as far as the assets and machinery and overhead and all that. And then 2010, the economy took a real bad dump on everybody.
Yep.
And I remember at the time I was in the middle of buying the warehouse that my business was in. It was $650,000 to buy this warehouse. And I was giving a $65,000 down payment and working out the financing with a Bank of America. And some guy from Bank of America, he tells me, says, well, you know what the one flaw with your business is the minute the economy tanks, everybody cuts back on marketing. And I'm thinking, oh yeah, you fucking bankers know everything. Don't you just, what do I sign, dude? I don't need your advice. Just tell me where to sign. That was 2009, maybe late 2008. By the time we're getting ready to close on the warehouse, close on the purchase, I'm going, holy shit, that banker was right. Everybody's cut back on marketing. We went from $1 million plus to 600,000. So that's a big hit. And by 2010, we were at 400,000. So my business more than half. And I called my doctor one day and I said, I got to come see you. I'm having a heart attack. He goes, no, you're probably just having a panic attack. I was like,
you're having economic attacks. That's what you're having. Yeah.
I said, well, yeah, maybe right. Cause it's Friday and I'm sitting here doing payroll and I started sweating and all of a sudden I felt like I was going to die.
Yep.
But we made it. We pulled through all of that. I'd show you some really cool things that we did to get through that. We basically did very aggressive mailings. We would send out envelopes that said, warning. If you cut back on marketing during the recession, you're getting we would basically telling people, if you cut back now, it's the death spiral, dude. Now is the time when you have to ramp up the marketing, figure out how to cut costs somewhere else. But cutting costs of marketing right now is going to be the death spiral. And that kind of aggressive Dan Kennedy style approach, that fear-based approach to marketing really helped us survive it all.
Yeah.
So I survived it, pulled through it. Published the book, I think 2015 was when I published the book on Amazon. And 2016, I started doing the show, Rob Help My Marketing Sucks, just as a way to showcase some of these cool campaigns. One of the cool things that I did with the book was I went against the conventional digital marketing doing the ebook. I said, you know what? I want to do one of those free plus shipping funnels.
Yep.
Because if I get you to give me your physical address and I got to send you my book, the amount of stuff that I'm going to send you after you get that, once you give me your address, the amount of stuff I'm sending your way is just going to be nonstop. So I started using the book to kind of build up a mailing list. And the majority of them were a lot of more of the millennial side marketers, the new marketers coming into it. And I was getting this information. They were blown away by it. And I was like, oh, shit, there's an opportunity here.
Yeah.
And I was, that's when I really started to build my relationship with you and Arnie and a few others. And then life came and kicked me in the ass when I ended up getting divorced, and my ex-wife kept that business. And now starting over, I'm thinking, oh shit, what am I going to do now? I started a business called the Small Biz Funnel Pro.
Yep.
And I went to a couple of local chamber shows, like Chamber of Commerce tabletop expos, which is the thing I knew how to do well. Set up my backdrop banner, my stuff, and picked up a couple of accounts, paying me $4,900 to create little lead magnet funnels for them.
Cool.
And I found that I did not enjoy that. Most small business owners do not have enough marketing in place to even start creating a little lead generation funnel. Yep. So I had to do a lot more work than I anticipated. And then it was around February of this year that I went into your office and I had a little Jeff Miller yell at you type of thing.
Yeah.
And it was you really that made me realize, you were like, why the hell would you want to go compete against every other funnel builder out there now and every Facebook ad guy? What you have is so unique. You got 20 years of experience. You got the case studies, the testimonials, the book. You got so much. And yet you want to throw all that away and go build funnels and compete with every click funnel out there. Like, yeah, you're right. I just kind of put myself in my own little box thinking that people don't want this kind of marketing anymore. And
so Here's what was interesting about what I heard about your story and what I've been seeing from like our conversations back and forth is that if I'm a Facebook ad agency owner, I know that I can do everything right. I can generate leads. I can get their phone ringing, and my client will somehow make it bomb. It's gonna suck. Their front desk has no idea. The receptionist just blows for no reason. Just it's horrible, right? And then you know what? They cancel. Not because of anything I did, but simply because like they just sucked at it. Because I'm like in direct response marketing. Like if I don't get results, I'm gone. But you've got a whole background and a whole experience of saying, well, if it worked or not, you're going to renew. It's just kind of implied, right? Yeah. You bridge that gap with like shock and awe boxes, client retention boxes, all that fun stuff, right? So can you help me, a Facebook ad agency owner, like with carpet cleaning clients now, like I know they're going to bomb the campaign. They're going to bitch, complain. They're not going to renew. And if I can just get them to renew for an extra 2 months, I've doubled my client average value, right? Yeah. So like, if you're saying like, yo, Jeff, your carpet cleaning clients are going to cancel after month 1, what can I send them to make them want to renew? Is there like, do you have like an answer for that? Like client retention? Yeah. Like what is that? I'm going to
show you. I have one that I can show you, but I do want to clarify something. You said, and they cancel, no fault of mine. Well, not really, because you made the mistake of not building a relationship with your client and their team, right? In my business, being a very time-sensitive business and being a very custom business, right? Shit goes wrong. You ordered a red pen with a blue logo, you got a blue pen with a red logo on it, right? So some people you can't help. They're just going to lose their shit over the top. But if you've built relationships with these clients, if you've been sending them stuff, you've been communicating, you've been adding value, you've been thanking them, sending them that Christmas gift, sending them that birthday card, you're doing all of these things, they're going to let you slide. I mean, you can't fuck up all the time, but when you have a mistake, when something happens, you have a relationship like, hey, you know what, Rob, don't worry about it. You guys have always been on point. This mistake happened, no big deal, right? Yeah. There's sometimes deadlines get missed because the UPS guy didn't arrive on time for the trade show. Imagine how pissed off you are. You just dropped thousands of dollars on a bunch of trade show stuff and it didn't show up on time for your trade show. Yeah. And you don't have a good relationship with them, that's going to go to shit. So we use all kinds of client gifts, all kinds of shock and awe box, retention boxes. I'll show you. I have some gift towers. I don't have one to show you, but we're sending out all of our clients these amazing gift towers, like these food gift towers. These things are huge. They're like 10 boxes stacked up on one on top of the other. And the reason that we send out those food gift towers during the holidays is because that is a gift that the entire office, the entire staff, the entire team can share and say, hey, this came from Jeff Miller. Who's that? That Buck guy? Oh, he's fucking great. These are delicious, right?
You know what? So you know what's funny is that Steph does that and her clients haven't left her in years.
No, right, I saw her. She sent them bunk cakes from bunk cake, some bunk cake place, right? Yeah. You know, your audience may be familiar with Danny Velez, the copywriting guy, right? If you've been paying attention, Danny has been really going full throttle with the Dan Kennedy style, and he's been sending out all of his clients gifts. He just sent out one of the guys that was speaking on Ross's Modern Profits Cruise, Cody Neer. He sent out Cody a package, and Cody gave him a huge shout out on Facebook saying he's the best copywriter he's ever worked with. His attention to his clients, blah, blah, and all of that makes a huge, huge difference. Yeah. So we send out the gift towers, and then we'll send out a personalized gift to the client. And this is one that I wanted to show you guys that we just did for a casino. You can see their logo on the box, right? And then
I drove by that last night with the red lights. It's so 1970s Miami. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they got the whole, they got the little packaging. And then when they open this up inside, there's this beautiful journal here or planner with the Daniel logo, and they're sending out to some of their big sponsors at their events and stuff. So when you send this kind of stuff to somebody, if you if you know that your clients cancel on month 3, and that arrives a week before month 3, reciprocity kicks in, and they're gonna have a hard time wanting to cancel because of the influence of reciprocity, right? It's if you guys have not read Dr. Robert Cialdini's book Influence, it talks about the 7 triggers of human influence. Reciprocity is one of the biggest chapters in that book. So this all plays into that reciprocity. And then when I do the retention boxes, right? I call them retention boxes. A lot of people call them welcome boxes, but I call them retention boxes because the whole goal of this is to retain the client for a longer period of time, and you start to do that. So there's many different ways to use shock and awe packages. I'm going to show you guys some simple ways to do them, because you can send shock and awe packages in straight up in just a U.S. mail. These are free. You get it from the post office. You can send it in the FedEx. You can use these what they call faux overnight envelopes. Is that pronounced right? Faux, like these are not real overnight envelopes. But this envelope will ship for the same price as a regular envelope. So this will ship for the same 50 cents. But when this lands on somebody's desk, they open this because it looks like an important piece of mail, right? People open FedEx packages, overnight UPS packages. So this is a good way to do it as well. You can use your basic, just a shiny Mylar envelope. You can use these bubble envelopes.
Yeah.
You can get these like full color custom printed envelopes. And then of course the box, right? So I have a couple here that are more of attract and convert type of shock and awe envelopes, where this one is selling a $25,000 mastermind, and it's basically a marketing mastermind group revolving around luxury lifestyle.
Hold on, I'm too excited, and your internet is being slow, and I'm freaking out. Like, no, this is so. Why does the internet always go bad? Oh my god. Okay, are we back? No. See, it's not just me, guys. It's both of us. Okay.
Oh man, I did the. Go.
You moved your hands too fast and you broke the internet in the middle of the excitement. Okay. All right. So can you hear me? Does that are we back?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
I hear you and I see you.
All right. So let's say I start bringing on my carpet cleaning clients, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they hate Facebook marketers. They're like, Yelp is bad. Thumbtack is bad. Home Advisor is bad. Jeff, I think it's just as bad as everybody else, but I'm willing to give you a shot. What do I send them as like that month 2, I know you're going to cancel type retention box? Is it like, is it I'm awesome card? Do I send them a book saying this is how to convert your clients? Like what goes in those envelopes that you just showed me?
Okay. So for the retention side of things, right? So I have a box here that I got from a friend of mine. Some of you might recognize this.
There we go. That is us running a test for carpet cleaning clients now, but we're just putting IC stuff in there for you. Yeah.
Right. So in here, you got some cool stuff.
Yeah.
Right. In here, you got some cool stuff because you got some like ClickFunnels type of diagrams on Facebook ads. You got these really cool workbooks in there. You got these like accountability sheets. You got a lot of stuff in here that's going to definitely give them that kind of shock and all that wow factor, right?
Yeah.
But what you're missing are the components that add to the retention. The components that start to build that relationship and solidify. Oh boy.
No, you're still here. You're good.
Yeah, no, but my battery's dying. I might have to go plug my laptop into the.
Damn it!
Which is something I should have done before, but I might just have to connect it. All right. So, what I did was I kind of printed out some samples of the. I've identified 12 core components that, along with all the other workbook stuff and all the other additional stuff, but I've identified 12 core components that are going to help with the retention of the client. So what I did is I kind of printed them out to showcase you guys. So the first thing,
hold on. This is what I'm sending my clients month 2, knowing on average my clients cancel in month 3. Is that correct?
Yeah. Well,
his internet and his battery. Oh my God. I was this close to getting it all. This close. Oh my God. Oh, that would have been so awesome. This is going to be hilarious in the replay. I'm going to have to clip so much. I'm just going to message him now. Okay, plug back in and click the link above. We're all live, ready and waiting. Robert, God, mother. I was this close to figuring it out. Oh, man. Okay, so the reason why I wanted Robert back on the show and have this conversation is because like I plan on bringing on 20 to 30 carpet cleaning clients, and it's totally doable. And based upon what I've seen and the customer research is most carpet cleaners cancel after month 3. So in my head, I'm going, if I could just keep them on and send them something a month 2, I could keep $1,000 a month client for what, like $100 worth of stuff. And he was about to tell me what I was supposed to put in the box. Oh my God. God, son of a mother flower. And what's funny is like I can see him running around his house trying to find the plug for his laptop and plugging it in and turning on his laptop. And he hasn't even seen the Facebook message yet. Well, this close to figuring out the 12 things. Because in my head, I'm going, if I just print those things out en masse and just have 10, 15 boxes ready to go. The second I think a client is going to cancel, I put it in the post office, 3-day shipping, grand total of what, like 50 or 75 or $100. And I keep $1,000 a month client and they'll probably get better results. And it's gone forever. Thanks, Robert. So now I just got to wait till he comes back. This is just like when the power in my building went out. I'm so glad that these are so unprofessional that we have like a butt mug and we've got grandma's fruit painting up top. And it's just me and 37 more people. More people are joining just to see me fail in public. Great. All right. I'm just going to sit here in awkward silence, saying hi to everybody, waiting for Robert to plug in his laptop. What's going on? Langdon, Ryan, Jose Soto, Paloma, Reno Pace, Angel Mendoza. For the record, Angel Mendoza sent me something in the mail. He sent a letter and this little butt mug, which I thought was pretty darn cool. And I forget which service that he used, but it's pretty darn cool. I think all Angel did was type in the information and send it. I've been on the receiving end of a client retention box from Christine Seal, who sent me a letter automatically, which is dang cool. I think it cost her like $5. And it made me go like, oh, this worked. And now I can do it for my clients too. And it looks like Robert has seen the message. And now we're just waiting. This is so funny. Langdon says, play the girl from Ipanema in the background while you sit there quietly. Langdon, that's what it sounds like. That's pretty darn accurate. Tomas says, do a random Q&A. Guys, well, we got 3 minutes while Robert finds the power plug. Feel free to ask whatever questions you'd like. It's just you and me in an empty room while we're waiting for Robert Vico to come back on board. Oh, hold on. We're coming back. Robert, can you hear me?
Yes, I've been watching you this whole time, thinking that I'm on here with you. So I've been talking, showing stuff.
No,
and I
didn't know I had to scroll. I'm looking at it like
this entire time I've been listening to you saying I can see Robert. I'm waiting for him to come, and I'm going, I'm here, and I'm showing you stuff, and
you're just yelling, and oh my God, I didn't like because okay, so on Be Live, it's like a tiny screen, so I zoom in. And that pushes the whatever. Okay, look.
I've been on this whole time listening to you. Going, how can he not see me? I'm seeing him. How does he not know I'm on here?
I am so glad this has gone horribly wrong. This is the most memorable live.
This is like every episode of Rob How My Marketing Sucks I did for a year. It was like this.
These are our jobs. Okay, all right. So going back. I'm running carpet cleaning clients now. I know my average client will last 3 months. Month 2, I'm going to send them a client retention box. I have the option of sending them a welcome box, all that stuff. So what goes in that? There's like 12 things that you've learned from people that charge way too much money to teach you this stuff. So like, what are the 12 things that should be going in these boxes so my clients stay around longer?
Okay. First thing, simple. You got to welcome them. So we do this welcome card on the back. It's got a quote, and then it's got all of your team members sign a thing and send it to me, and then our graphic designer lays it all out so it looks like your whole team thanked them, right? Yeah. Then you got to have what's called your stick letter, right? I've realized that a lot of digital marketers don't understand the concept of a stick letter.
I had no idea what that means.
So a stick letter is an old school Dan Kennedy, actually Gary Halbert, which is a little even more old school than Dan Kennedy. He coined it the stick letter because the stick letter is meant to make the buying decision stick. So that there's no buyer's remorse. There's no, God, what did I do? Should I have bought that? Is this going to work for me? Should I cancel this? So the stick letter is basically a thank you letter right? But it's making the purchase stick. So this stick letter will reinforce why they bought. It'll have some social proof from others as to the results they got and the same results they're going to get. So this really is one of the core components of any retention box, is having that stick letter, or basically any digital product. You can use this stick letter in an email, like, hey, thank you. Instead of just sending the, hey, thank you for buying my course, thank you for buying my course, and then go into all the reasons why they made a smart decision buying that course and really make that buying decision stick.
So
the other thing, go ahead.
What are some like phrases or words that are in a stick letter make people say, like, I'm so glad I'm retaining carpet cleaning clients now to get me more carpet cleaning customers?
Well, one of the things that you'll notice in every single stick letter is they use the like Robert Cialdini's influence, where we do things similar to others, right? So one of the things you'll see in every stick letter is that let me start off by saying you made a very smart decision, like so many other small business owners, or like so many other carpet cleaners. Beautiful. You made a very smart decision in investing in this program, right? So that's that one thing that you'll see in every stick letter, is you're complimenting, you're telling them that they're a smart business owner. They're different than all the other losers out there that are going to keep struggling. And this program is what's going to help them become a successful. And then when we're talking about in the digital world, you don't build up much of a relationship with them. So I've started including these little ACE branding things. It's just to kind of give you a little bit of authority, credibility, and expertise. So we do basically like a little photo shoot there with me, you, and then on the back we have a little. So this guy's an AC contractor. So then it goes a little bit of talking about why Terry and his True Cool AC company is the right choice for you.
All right, so hold on. So my box, right? Are we talking about like a client retention box or a welcome box or shock and awe box?
Yeah, this is a client retention. All these components in there are meant to retain the client for a longer period of time.
Gotcha. Okay, so my client retention box, there's a welcome card, right? Thanks so much. Signed from everybody. If it's just me, I don't care. I'll just make up some people's names. Like, there's always got to be a fall guy, so that's Frank signs it. And every time a campaign
but I
goes
mean,
bad, it's Frank's
you
fault,
don't have to have physical staff. A lot of you use VAs in the field. They're still part of your team, part of your staff. They're still part of your team.
Gotcha. Okay, that's fair. All right, so we got a welcome card. We've got a stick letter, which is like, you've made a great decision, just like all the other people that we serve. You're going to be going through XYZ 1, 2, and 3, and there's testimonials and quotes and all that stuff. And I'm sure, I don't know what it looks like, but I'm pretty sure you could help me create one or something like that, right?
What, the stick letter?
Yeah, the stick letter, right?
Yeah. I write them when I create a shock and awe box. I create all of this for you.
Gotcha. And then there's an ACE, which is authority. What was it?
Authority, credibility, and expertise.
That's just me. Like, I'm awesome. I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for a long time. You're taken care of.
Right. It's just like a little branding piece, right? And then the other thing that we put in there is most small businesses offer some kind of guarantee, but they don't ever really physically make that real. So we take your guarantee and we create this like guarantee certificate, and we put that in the box, make it look like, hey, here's your guarantee, right? That helps with the retention, because we know that in order to convert them, we have to have risk reversal. So we take away the risk, we get convert them, but we also take away the risk. We're going to keep them longer because they're reassured that they have a guarantee that all this is going to work, right?
So so this is like a sticking point for most agencies. Like, you can guarantee your stuff. A guarantee is simply what happens when you don't fulfill your obligations. So like for like Honda, like, we guarantee it'll work. If it doesn't, you can come in and we'll fix it for free. I guarantee 30 customer opportunities a month, or I pay your next month's bill for you. 10 booked appointments, or we credit you $100. Like, that's just risk reversal guarantee, something like that. Just for context for other people. So like that's like a pseudo certificate. Like, I guarantee it, you're going to like it. Here's a badge type thing, right?
Right.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then I started doing this client bill of rights. You can see this looks like a bill of rights, with the old school paper. And that's a key component in setting up your client's expectations. A lot of what happens when they cancel is the expectations were not clearly defined.
Yeah.
So this gives them the expectation. And with the Bill of Rights, right, we can kind of customize these 10 things to what you do, right? So number one, a highly relevant client bill of rights. Every client has the right to receive a level of client service that is so courteous and prompt that it will leave you jaw dropped. Every client has the right to receive results that will make you do backflips. Every client has the right to hear the kind of truth about your business, even though you might not always like it. That's a Jeff Miller.
I like that. I like that.
Jeff Miller one right there.
I will tell you the truth, even if it's uncomfortable for you.
Yes, right? So that Bill of Rights kind of sets up the expectations, assures them of how this is going to work, what they can expect from your team, what you guys expect from them as well. Because that like when I started doing the funnels, one of the most frustrating parts of it was sending a small business owner requesting, hey, I need this from you, or hey, can you approve this? And a week and a half later, they still have not approved the copy or haven't send you the design that you need. Or so we established that in the Bill of Rights. And someone pointed out recently, I don't remember who, someone pointed out that using this Bill of Rights thing is what kind of saves Spirit Airlines after the
I remember. I was just thinking that right now. Like I wanted to Google like Spirit Airlines customer Bill of Rights. Like, no, I think it was JetBlue or something like that.
Yeah, one of them had some big issues, and they came out with this airline Bill of Rights for their passengers that said
JetBlue Bill of Rights. Like it saved it
saved their asses. Yes, it did. Right. So that's kind of where I got the concept from, and someone caught it and said, "Hey, isn't that from one of the airlines?" Oh,
so all right, hold on. So let's say I have my customer Bill of Rights. It's like you have a right to great service, a right to 24-hour answer in all emails. And we also require you to do your part, which includes approving all copy with a fair amount of time. You have a right to hear what's going right and wrong with your campaign, even if it makes you uncomfortable. Like I can twist that so that the expectations are meeting me. And when I yell at them, I go, look, I'm just making sure you're getting what you bought. This is on the Bill of Rights. You need to know that you're bombing your campaign, like something like that, right?
Right.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And we kind of, I have some templates. I've also realized that a lot of small business owners have a difficult time coming up with these 10 things. So I have a template, and I have like 30 of them where you can go in and say, you know what, I want to use these 10. I think I can make that work for my agency. And then we have, this is a component that I use in my convert kits, which is what I call objection prevention, right? So when you're going into sales, you know what the majority of your objections are. If we can prevent that objection from even coming up, that's the key. That's going to make our sale much better.
Pre-conquering objections, yeah.
Right. Oh, objection prevention. So how do we do that in a box? Well, I created a frequently asked questions sheet that goes inside your box. And the frequently asked questions are usually your number one objectives. Like, oh, I've heard that this product is more expensive than X. Well, then we overcome that. Or so when we're using that for retention purposes, we want to address what are the reasons why they end up canceling. And if we can overcome those reasons before they think of canceling, and we can prevent that objection from coming up. So this is a very sneaky way of creating that objection prevention, just disguising those objections as a frequently asked questions sheet.
So hold on. So like one of the reasons people cancel with me is like the quality of leads is bad. Let's just say that, right? And I'm not like at Steph Sines level where like she makes her dentist like $200K in like 3 weeks or something like that. I'm down here, which is I still have lead quality problems, right? So let's say on the FAQ, it says like literally like the number one question people ask me is like the quality of leads is bad. How can I fix it? And then I can answer, here's 5 things you need to do to your leads so that they pay you money. So I've pre-conquered the number one reason why they cancel with me. Is that right?
Exactly.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Yes. And you're doing that in a very kind of subtle way where they're not even realizing that, you might word the question as like, well, Jeff, what if I'm not happy with the quality of leads? Right.
Yeah.
Now you can overcome that objection in a very professional FAQ type of format.
I like FNQ. Yeah, that's much better.
Yeah. FAQ.
Yeah.
Then like when I used to do mine, I don't know. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Look, as long as your laptop doesn't shut off in battery and then like you're sitting on the sidelines for 20 minutes, I think I'll be happy. That was so funny.
So I used to take these are little business card holders, right? Little plastic business card holders. And I used to take them and print them and print on them. Like this was $995 gift for you. Okay. You can see that says right there, right? So what I would do was in here, I would put a lead magnet, right? A way to direct them to my lead magnet. And if my lead magnet was worth, let's say my lead magnet's worth $300, right? And I would then put 3 or 4 of these in there with the hopes that they would share these and pass these along to a friend. But it added that extra value. It added some more reciprocity. It says, hey, look at this guy. We bought the product and yet he's still hooking us up. He's still sending us. And we really want them to kind of pass that on, right? So one of the other things that we include in the retention boxes is we do this. we include this special bonus gift, and you can see this blank areas where we'll drop your lead magnet in, right? So just makes them feel like, hey, I got an extra little something in here, right?
So so if I've got like a video series or an interview with like the top carpet cleaning guy or the top marketing person or something like that, I can put that into like a course area, and here's your free $495 gift. It's just video, something like that, right?
Right. Just like that. Just here's an extra free gift for you, just hooking you up. It's going to help you, yada, 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 whatever, right? So we do that. Then we include the referral gift certificates. So basically, this is, I wasn't able to get the one that I used printed out, but basically it looks like this. Yeah. It looks like a $200, $100, whatever you, whatever.
His internet's going out.
You're comfortable with. And it,
start from the beginning with the gift voucher. This is the best worst interview ever. I bet you his laptop battery died again. Okay, we're back.
No. My battery, I'm plugged in. My battery's not going anywhere.
Start from the gift voucher again. This is hilarious. Right. This is the best worst interview. Go on. Yeah.
This is a referral gift voucher, right? And the copy in here says basically to the effect of, this gift certificate is being presented to you by Pepito's Carpet Cleaning, and then it'll say something like, "Hey Jeff, we're so happy with so and so. We're so happy with Jeff Miller's marketing that we wanted to pass this on to you." So they pass on this gift certificate to another carpet cleaner that they know. That carpet cleaner now has $100 off to get started with you, and then your client gets some special gift for passing that on.
That's cooking with fire. Okay, all right, hold on. So somebody pays me $1,000. I got their campaign up and running. I've got the SOPs. It all happens automatically. And then let's just say some zap triggers. And then 8 weeks later, they get a box. You know, you and I talk. You help me figure out what's supposed to be the box, positions, strategy, verbiage, all that stuff. And they get the box sent to them, right? And in it is all the stuff that will turn a bad campaign into a good campaign. All the stuff that will turn an unhappy customer to a happy customer. And it will incentivize them and show them like, hey, you're another carpet cleaner. You're in different geography. I don't compete with you. Look, man, let me introduce you to Jeff. Here's $200 off. You're going to love it.
Right.
Hot damn.
Right. So now we're incorporating some components in here that can generate an ROI for us, right? Some components that are going to generate additional revenue streams. Another thing that we put in there is we put in a gift card.
Yeah.
Right. So for my company, we give you this little $25 gift card. You can apply that $25 off your next order of pens, t-shirts, whatever else you have. Right. So something very similar. You do a gift card. You don't put any regulation, any shit on how they can use the gift card. If they want to use that $100 gift card to apply it towards their next month, so the next month is up, they got to pay you $1,000, and they're gonna come to you and go, "Hey, but I got a $100 gift card, so this month's only $900." You say, "Yep, this month's only $900."
Perfect.
That's gonna fucking keep them, because they're like, "Hey, I got $100 off this month. Why would I cancel now? I might as well fucking use it, right?"
I'm more than happy to make $900 instead of making $0.
Right. So that gift card is basically, we know that that's what they're going to use it for, right? They can use it towards other products. If they wanted to use it towards one of your master classes or whatever, they can, but we know that they're going to use it towards that monthly payment, and that's fine. Yeah. And then the other thing that we include.
This is so fucking cool, Robert. This is so effing awesome. I love it.
I have, I got so much stuff on my desk right now that I don't know. Well, we include it might be over here. So we also include a savings certificate, right? So we've included a small gift card. We've included referral vouchers that they can pass on to others to refer them to you. And then we include a savings certificate, right? So in this example, this guy, he sells you a service that's kind of a lead-in, because what he wants to do is get his foot in your door and get inside your house. Once you get inside your house, he leaves you this shock and awe package, and it's got the savings certificate. So we do the same thing. We create a savings certificate that they can apply towards something else. Okay. And usually we'll have an offer in there, right? So it's basically saying, hey, this is all the components, and then, hey, have you checked out my inner circle?
Upsells, right? or my coaching, my carpet cleaning clients elite program, or something like that.
So hey, I'm going to give you this $350 or $200. We'll customize it to whatever you're comfortable with. Going to give you this additional savings certificate. So we kind of not only welcoming them, showing them some risk reversal, some reciprocity. But now we're starting to find ways to upsell them and move them into other products and services, as well as getting them to refer to others to send us more business their way. And then the last component, see if I can find it, is the little, oh, here. It's a version of this owner's photo album. So this is basically, we take your social proof and we drop in all your little testimonials in here, make it look like almost like a booklet of success stories.
Yeah.
And so those are the core components that I've identified that you have to have in there in order to keep them on longer, in order to get them referring you business, in order to get them moving up into other offers and other products and services that you have. You know, and then you have all your other magnets and notebooks and the swag and that kind of stuff that we that
like normal t-shirts and mugs, and like it's got volume to it, right?
Right. Yeah. See, like this is a cool kind of brand retention box where when you get this, what's in here is basically a notebook, a t-shirt, a water bottle, and some pens. So this
wait, hold on. No, I'm gonna shrink my head so that everybody can see this. Turn that, let me see that again.
Okay. So this box has a t-shirt.
Yeah.
It has a notebook. It has a water bottle. It has some.
His internet is just like mine.
Stickers.
No. Start from the beginning with the box. Oh, we're just gonna sit here. This is so funny. No. You have to start from the beginning with the box. The internet just cut out.
What happened?
I don't know. It just cut out. You just froze for like 10 seconds. Start from the beginning with the box.
Of this box?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
T-shirt.
Yeah.
Branded pair of socks. Little die-cut stickers. Some pens. A notebook. And a water bottle. And then a bunch of like color-coded hay to make the presentation look very, very nice. So this is a very nice setup to send your client. However, this is lacking those components that are going to generate those referrals, that are going to generate the upsells, that are going to move them into other areas of other products and services, right? So that's why I say these are core components. You can send them t-shirts and mugs and all that. You can send them all these workbooks like you had, but you got to have these 12 components in there, because those 12 components are what's going to move the needle towards that retention. It's what's going to move the needle for you to get an ROI on it and say, hey, you know what? I spent $75 sending one of these boxes out, but every time I send one out, I get a referral client that signs up. I get a client that ends up going into my coaching program or into my other thing. So I'm saying I'm spending $75. I'm getting them to stay on my agency 2 or 3 months longer, but I also got them to go do this and join for that and pay for this. And so it's kind of taking that old school shock and awe approach and just kind of making it 2.0. Right. And then what I like to do is I like to use a lot of this to drive them back into some kind of funnel so that we know what's happening. We know, hey, I sent this box to Jeff and he got that little gift card or he got this little bonus gift. And I know that Jeff went on the website and downloaded it. So now I can start a whole funnel on whatever that was, right? So we can kind of take the old school and bring it into the new world where we can automate the follow-up and automate some sequences from within this box. Yeah. That make sense?
That's so dang cool. So what I'm hearing is that like I can sign on a carpet cleaning client, right? And I know they're only gonna last 2 or 3 months, which sucks, but fine, whatever. And I can send them a client retention box. And not only will they stay longer, they're gonna get better results. They're gonna refer their friends, and they're gonna wear all my logos in front of all their carpet cleaning competition.
Pretty much.
Hot damn, that's cooking with fire. Like, like that's how these like I don't know how multi-millionaire Jay Abraham is. Like, I'm sure he is. He charges $25,000 to meet with him for like 30 minutes for coffee, or Dan Kennedy or Frank Kern. But that's the difference between ad agencies that are stuck down here. Yeah. And like ad agencies that are just like spinning in cash and clients that love them. It's usually not the difference between like Facebook ads that get like 10 clients per month and 15 clients per month. That's not the difference from here to here. The difference from here to here is exactly what I just saw right there, which is a retention box that costs X dollars, but keeps $1,000 clients 2 or 3 months longer, gets them to naturally refer you business, wear your logos everywhere, and it's trackable the whole dang way. Robert, this is damn cool. Like, This is the missing piece. This is super damn awesome. Hot. Fuck, that's cool.
That makes me happy to hear, because like I said, I work with traditional brick and mortar companies because I always looked at digital agency owners and Facebook agencies and chatbots and funnel as like, oh, that's old school. Oh, I don't want to mail shit out. Like a great example of it is Arnie Giske. He reached out to me a few times. He goes, Rob, I really, really want to do this, but I don't even have like a place where I can receive these so then ship them out. That's when I said, you don't got to worry about that. I take care of all that for you. I store these all, and you just tell me, hey, man, we just signed up this client and this client. Shoot me off those addresses. Now you're helping me set that up in a way with the zap, and it'll zap it over to me so that we can automate all this thing. And, especially the digital nomad lifestyle, you don't have to worry about shipping these out and where do you receive them, where do you send them. I create all this for you. I store them, I stock them ready to go. And you say, Rob, I got one. I take one of your boxes. My team builds it, puts all the shit in it, and sends it out for you.
I love the upside down cheeks. That's so funny. All right. We're coming up on an hour, and I'll tell you what, Robert, this was damn effing cool. I think you're open to like 3 15-minute sessions to talk about like the right way to think about your box, better in depth of like views of the stick letter and all that fun stuff. Are you open to like 3 15-minute sessions and all that?
Oh, absolutely. As fun as this has been for me to go over all of it, I can do more than 3. I'll do 5.
Beautiful. Oh, okay. So 5 it is. Awesome. So if you want to have a closer a view, an idea of what a stick letter looks like, the ACE pamphlet, how to set up your box and all that, Robert has agreed to 5 15-minute sessions, either like one-on-ones or a group call. If that's something you're interested, just hashtag Robert my face, and I will introduce you via PM to Robert, and I'll just pick the 5 people guaranteed to get the FaceTime that you need. He'll show you like the ins and outs of like of retention boxes that work, stick letters that convert, upsells, how to do gift certificates, all that fun stuff, so that when you sign a client, they just want to keep paying you money. And I'll tell you what, that's, I feel like, is the missing piece, because like it's so cool to like get a client. Everybody's talking about getting a client. Who the hell is talking about keeping one? Right?
Nobody.
Nobody's talking about keep your client.
You know what the stat is? It's 5 to 25 times more expensive to get a new client than to keep an old one.
No shit.
And then you look at the stats from a numbers point of view, and 5% retention can boost your profit margin 75 to 90%. So when you take it like that stat is one that I got to dig deeper into, because it's just amazing to me that not only can you spend less acquiring clients, but then the ones you keep them at such a significantly lower cost that your margins, and that's what leads to that consistent growth, having that steady cash flow, and not that up and down, because you're constantly focusing on new people, and you don't give a shit paying attention to the ones you already work so hard to get.
Right. And that enables other agencies to steal your clients faster than ever before. But if you're keeping your clients with a box, and this is what I'm repeating back what I heard. If you manage to keep your clients longer, they'll be happier. It costs you less money. You'll be more consistent and more reliable. And now instead of having like 5 to 50 to 5 to 50, you're just having consistent $50,000 months, because you've got 25 clients happy to pay you $2,000. They have a relationship with you. They believe you. They're showing up to the coaching calls. They're doing their homework. They've got that FAQ thing. They're like, this is a low quality lead. What do we do, Brenda? I don't know. Look at the FAQ. And now they're doing that instead of threatening to cancel and talk to you on the phone. I think that's damn cool. We've got a bunch of people doing hashtag Robert my face. I'm gonna be sure to pick 5 people over the weekend and introduce you. Okay. Robert, was there anything else that you wanted to go over? Because we're over our time, and I got a boogie. But was there anything else that you wanted to go over as like a last call or anything like that?
I want to give everybody one last little tip. I'm creating these little mini shock and awe boxes where I'm going to have a miniature version of the 12 core components in there. Mm-hmm. And this is going to be what I'm going to use as a lead magnet. So I'm going to be shipping these out to people, where you're going to get a little mini box with a miniature version of a stick letter, the referral certificates, and all that in these little boxes. So once I get that going, I'll reach out to you so I can set aside a few for your for the members of your group.
For the Butt fam, yeah.
For the Butt family, right? And now, if you have not taken advantage of the holiday season to send your existing clients some sort of little holiday gift to appreciate them, at this point, I would suggest you hold off and do not send it out now. Wait till the new year. Go ahead and figure out what you're going to send them, get that ordered, and send it to them in the new year. At this point, you're probably going to miss the holiday rush, and your gift is going to arrive with everybody else's gift. So hold back. Send it as a New Year gift, thanking them for their past, present, and future business. And do something like that journal. Just send them something to show that appreciation and get started building that relationship with people.
What I think is damn cool, by the way, is we didn't even have to talk about like how great your Facebook ads have to be to keep a client. Like your Facebook ads are going to work, right? Like you can find a white labeler and get them results. But we just don't spend enough time talking about building a great relationship with your client, keeping that relationship with your client, and more importantly, proactively solving the reasons why they would cancel. Like that FAQ sheet, that blew my mind, right? But what I'm hearing from you now is that like just send something to your client and that $5 or $15 gift will get your clients' staff loving you. They'll probably listen to you more. They'll probably follow up on your leads and give you more leeway because you're finally caring about them and being obvious and explicit appreciation versus the other Facebook ad agency guy just kept sending them a bill. Is that about right?
Yeah, you only hear from him when your card is declined, or you got to put a new card on file when you hear from them.
Yep.
Yeah, so I guess I'm the white label relationship guy.
I like that white label relationship.
I'm the label relationship guy. Yeah.
Again, if you want to have, if you want to put your name to the hat and chat with Robert, just hashtag Robert my face. Robert, we're going to bring this to an end. Great interview. Don't hang up. We're going to debrief and all that stuff. But everyone, go kick some ass, take some names. This has been Robert Vico talking about client retention, shock and awe boxes, old school marketing. Robert, thanks for being on the show.
Hey, thank you. It was a lot of fun, and I got my own hashtag my face thing.
You got Robert my face.
Robert my face. Yes, that's exciting.
Very cool. All right, everyone. See you later. Bye.